Okay, we're live. Welcome, everyone. This is another round of MTG Roundtable. Today we have a special guest, Kevin. I almost called you Kevin. Look at me. Ken in the house. And as always, Swordman Josh. I guess we're waiting for John. I don't know where he's at from Cryptic Commander, but hopefully he'll pop in soon. But yeah, welcome, Ken. Tell us about yourself as if no one ever heard of you, because I know I have.
Isn't that the way it is anyway?
Right. I mean, everyone has to introduce themselves, so I just tell them that's how we should introduce each other.
Knows me anyway. Okay, I'm an illustrator, and I've been working in various kinds of art all my life. Usually had day jobs in freelance art, but I've been freelance only for a while. And most people watching this, I assume, would know me from Magic the Gathering and some of the artwork I did early in that game.
Yeah, and in case no one knew, he is the awesome artist of Kird Ape. Big card. Josh, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh yeah, it's let me see if I can drag my memory here for Ken. It's Kird Ape, Guardian Beast, Arham Dejin,
Yep.
and maybe Dark Ritual.
Yeah.
I'm sure there were some other ones, but those are the ones I can think of off the top of my head.
Yeah, Mystic Remora, I guess, is another one that a lot of people know. But that's pretty much... I mean, I didn't do that many cards. I only did about maybe 15 cards for Magic. So luckily, a few of them, I guess, were really common, so they were sort of well known.
Oh, yeah. Back in the day, turn one Taiga into that gorgeous Kird Ape was a winning move.
I will take your word for that.
Yeah, and give me a second, guys. I'm going to go ahead and get the word out. Make sure that no more people know what's going on. I'm also trying to get... see, what is it? I know it's Magic the Gathering. I'm just trying to look up so I can pull up cards in case Solomon does pop in, but we can also look at some of the cards that you did there, Ken, so that we have a reference. I meant to set up a page before, but you know how life is. Okay. Magic. No. It's pushing Arena. I'm trying to get to the... Oh, there it is. Card database. Sweet. Okay. Hello. Okay. So I did try to plug in directly, but my computer kept kicking off the thing. If you guys hear the digital Atari-like noises, unfortunately, the people that created this program I'm using said it's me. I'm like, really? Thanks. Okay.
At least it's not that AOL dial-up sound.
Oh, God. All right. Give me 1 moment. I'm going to get the link out there. Excuse me. Oh, dude, it's cool. When I first popped in, it was a side pose of you, Ken. It was awesome.
What? A side?
Yeah, it was like a side pose, and you had your hand up to your chin, and that's apparently was the thumbnail for the moment. So I was like, sick. People are like, who's that guy? Okay. I'm getting the link out to our peeps. And okay.
No, that's dark.
Live with Ken Meyer Jr. Come on, guys, where you at?
Ken, I just found your website, actually. Do you mind if I post that in the chat for our viewers?
Oh, that's the last thing I would want, is any kind of exposure.
Yeah, like zero exposure, yes.
I'm sure Russ will get it into the chat notes after this is done with the link, but yeah. I put it in there just for the time being.
Okay.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Unfortunately, it doesn't give me the link before, so that I can start posting that before we go live. So sorry, I'm really horrible multitasker.
Oh, there we go. I go over to MTG Recreations on your website, and there we got it. Kird Ape, Guardian Beast, Mystic Remora. One of my favorite artworks ever, the Urnum Djinn.
Oh yeah.
There's Dark Ritual.
Yep. Oh, tell them about that, Ken.
About yeah, well, that's me. I don't know if anybody would be able to figure it out from actually seeing me and the card together, but I just use a photograph of myself for that image.
Ooh, AMSR. Look at that crack. That's for Dobby. He's not here right now. Ooh, boy, that's picking up massively. Condenser mic is not condensing right. But anyways, all right. So I think I got the link out to everyone. I think. Boom and boom. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Oh yeah, my page. It sucks being a one-man operation sometimes, you know. Okay. Where is ye Facebook? All right. Once I get this last link in, we should be golden. To go.
Not to ask too many questions, but I'm looking at your proxies here. What is the medium that those proxies are done on? It are they like sleeve playable or?
Oh, you mean the cards that I printed myself? The proxies?
Yeah, so like all the dual land proxies and stuff like that.
Well, as far as the original art goes, they were either done for a new card, or in most cases, they're repurposed art of other paintings of mine that I might have cropped a piece out of that seemed to work for those things. And then I get them all printed somewhere and sell them on my Store Envy page.
They're gorgeous. I see every dual land. I might have to get a full set of duels for proxies from you.
Yeah, you know,
actually.
for most of the token cards that I have, I mean, since I never learned to play, I have to get advice from people all the time on what's current and what's good and stuff. And for the longest time, I didn't have any proxies because it just didn't enter my head to do it. And someone said you ought to do, this card and that card, and then a couple of people gave me more suggestions, and I did a couple. Even just recently, like within the last month, I added some more new ones.
You definitely have the EDH, the Commander staples on here for sure.
Oh,
and
good.
They're all gorgeous.
Thanks. Yeah, I like I say, I just take advice wherever I can get it, and so someone suggested almost all of those, and so I figured it can't hurt.
Whoever you're listening to has guided you in the right direction for what cards to work on.
Do me a favor, Swordman Josh. You should be able to share. It should be a button down at the bottom. It says share.
Yeah.
And when you hit that, it should say what you're sharing. Click the thing, and then onto. There should be multiple options, but you should be able to pull that tab up, so that way I can see what you're seeing right now.
I mean, I can do that too. I actually just the interview I'm going to do after this is using the same application, and so I tested a little bit. But yeah, there you go. There's some of the cards he's talking about. So, unfortunately, they don't really order them in any fashion, and I don't think I can reorder them. So, it doesn't have the newest ones first or last or any kind of categories. It's just like they're all just in random order.
So, like, here's a good old Gilded Drake.
Yeah,
that's gorgeous. The one that I saw that I immediately fell in love with actually is this Underground Sea right here. I absolutely love that artwork.
Yeah, it's funny. That's one of the ones that were repurposed, and I did a bunch of illustrations for someone. I think it's for like a science book, for a school book, and that was one of them. And I just figured, well, maybe that'll work for that particular card.
I'm here in Indiana, so it reminds me of a lot of places. We actually have caves that we can ride boats into, and I've also done a lot of spelunking, and that just brings me back home.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. Yeah,
that is great. I'm gonna have to. Can you put up a? I forget what the other ones are called. I know Bayou for the one I do need. Black green.
Here's Scrubland.
Another way to see them, I mean, this is a good way, I mean, for me personally, because that makes people aware that the store Indie site is there, but you also can go into my folder of token cards on Facebook and pull them up, and you might be able to see bigger images. Although I think if you click on any one of those, you'll be able to see a bigger image if you want.
Check out that Wheel of Fortune.
There you go. Yeah, you can blow it up pretty good.
And that
So what
actually,
is that?
That actually had a sort of a ghost of a girl sitting on that one rock that I got
Right
rid of
here?
digitally. No, that's just like an empty spot in the rocks. But there used to be an actual girl sitting there, pretty much right in the middle of the rock.
Very cool.
I see it. It's over. Is this where that little mark is right there in front of the big hole?
No, I don't think you can see any remnants of her. I could always,
Okay.
pull up the actual painting. I actually just, I wonder if I can try and share something from my entire screen, because I do have it.
Well, let me stop sharing so that way you can share there.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm in charge, so I can actually move stuff around. But
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you had sharing stuff and he pops something up, I can do it. So like right now, I'll go ahead and put the silly logo up.
So let's see. Here is.
That's what I was telling you earlier, Ken. I was like, oh, it'd be cool if like you and Solomon work on this. I mean, look at this logo. It's like bare basic.
Can you see? Can you see?
Oh yes. Let me get that going.
Let me get it back up again. Can you see that now?
Oh yeah, and it's reverse. And
Yeah, it's reversed, but you can sort of see where the girl was before.
It's on the corner of the rock, right?
Yep, right up there.
Awesome. And which one was this, Josh? This was Plateau, which is I forget which two colors was. Because I'm Jund. That's what I was looking for. Is the Jund lens?
Oh, you're only looking. Yeah, of course you're a Jund player.
Of course I am. And I have mass hate for you control players, even though I'm a control player of creatures. Oh, that's a neat creature. Well, at least I let you get to play it. Then I kill it. But you play against you guys. It's like, Mother, may I? No. Okay. Can I play this? No.
Yeah, but to answer your question,
No.
Plateau is Boros.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. I know it was Bayou for me, but I forget what the other two were.
So just so you know, I got until about 5:45.
Okay, perfect. Sure. I guess we were kind of waiting on others to show up, but I don't know if they are or not. So, Josh, did you have any questions for Ken Meyer Jr.?
I didn't know that this was. I remember you saying something, but no, I didn't prepare anything. I've just loved your artwork for a while. I started playing when I could still buy revised packs of Magic cards, and sounds like you're not a Magic player, but your art is loved by many. You definitely have some very iconic art in the game.
Thanks. Yeah, I wish I would have learned to play at some point, but at the very beginning, I didn't even really know what Magic was. It was basically just another freelance job that I happened to get through an art director that had worked on a previous project with me, and then she went over to Magic and sort of forwarded me to them. But I never either had enough time or enough desire and time to learn how to play, because it would be obviously really useful to know how to play when it comes to deciding which token to make or anything.
And for any viewers popping in right now, this is MTG Roundtable. And of course, I'd like to have you guys visit my sponsor, which actually, little history lesson. Well, a history lesson, but anyways, you were actually at his store, so it's super cool that you were able to make it today. And just gonna show just a couple cards real quick here. If I can do it right, there we go. Do go visit them, northvalleygames.com. Use that code at checkout, DJL808. Get yourself 10% off your purchase. Plus, if you're selling, you can get an additional 10% to the buy list price. And of course, do smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And if any viewers out there have any questions for Ken, I'm going to go over a quick little history lesson for you guys and show you what cards he had. So I'm going to go and pop that up right now. And yeah. Okay. So yeah, no, it's really super cool that he set me up, and I got to talk to you again, Ken, and see if any of your other artist buddies that have been part of MTG would be down for an interview, because that was a lot of fun. I want to do
Well,
a lot more
probably.
of
I
those.
mean, probably a lot of them. I mean, someone like, say, Jeff Lobenstein, almost all of the older artists from the beginning of the game, they're all pretty personable and want and probably need any publicity they can get.
Okay, well, I'll talk to you later about that. But it would be great to get them a little bit of love, and for me, it's a lot of love, because to me, I think all artists should be rock stars. So, any attention they can get, please. Okay, so I'm on the. I'm gonna have to get out the screen here, and so these are the actual cards that he's done, which is Abul Jabbar. We'll get a big picture going there for you. I do apologize. The internet's been a little bit slow for me today. Boy, look at that hamster wheel go. It might be 5:45 by the time it comes up. Okay. Let me see if I can get that zoomed in a little bit. And, okay. Dude. No. Okay, fine. Whatever. Okay. So here we go. This is Abu Jafar, and you've changed around the art on this a little bit, a few times. But yeah, there you go. That was I guess he doesn't regenerate, and you all can read this, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Russ, just as a
Yeah.
side note, we're starting to have bad storms here, so if I drop off, I've lost my power. I just wanted to let you know I didn't leave you high and dry.
Okay. No problem, man. All right. And just so you guys know, there is a 15-second delay, but then we have the Aurochs, which is pretty cool looking. I did want to say, Ken, one of your cards actually hit the reserve list, and it's over. I think it's over $3,000 right now.
And what does what does the reserve list mean exactly?
They will never print it again. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah. Now I remember. Which one was it? Throwing Devils?
That one is one that we're actually not allowed to talk about anymore.
Okay.
Sadly.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, we have removed this card image of our database because it has racist or culturally offensive art, text, or combination thereof. Racism and cultural insensitivity are unacceptable and have no place in our games nor anywhere. And honestly, I never understood why that was, because I didn't know it depicted any particular race. But hey, whatever.
Well, it doesn't. Just the name of the card. From what I understand, it's just the name of the card that's the problem.
I see.
It's like it's a racial slur somewhere else, and so we might not have known that using that term because we don't live over in the Middle East.
Oh, I see. So this is actually the big card right here. I think this one, to find it mint condition, and in if it was slabbed, as they say, and was sent off to Beckett, or actually PSA, if it was PSA graded 10, it's over $3,000, bud. And that's the Ernest Dijon. Is that right, Josh?
If only I had those cards.
Well, actually, the Dijon, I don't know what it would be slabbed, but near mint raw is about $700. It's the Guardian. It's the Guardian Beast.
Yes. Yeah. I saw the Dijon at the. Wow. Sorry, guys. I'm being a professional yet again. Okay. Yes, this is the card that's over 3,000 right now, right?
Yeah, because that one's always been more expensive than the others, even back in the beginning. I remember when the card was like $60, and I thought, wow, that's a lot for a card.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the big bad mama gemma right there, is the Guardian Beast worth all the monies. And that's awesome, man, to have one of your cards. So there would be no way, even if they hired you back, that you could redo this particular card, Ken. Yeah.
If they ever hire me back, we'll see if that ever happens.
Well, there's a lot of things I want to say about that, but I'll keep it PC.
lot of us older artists. I think it's they don't want to. As far as the cards we did, they don't have to deal with royalties. And as far as us personally, my theory is that many of the early artists were relatively beginning artists. And if you can really objectively compare the quality of a lot of the earlier art to what's done now, you would probably say, without a lot of exaggeration, that the artwork now is a lot better. But most people, they associate a lot of that original artwork with their experience playing the game, especially being a lot younger. So they have all that nostalgia attached to it, and it makes it even more important. And doesn't have anything to do with really the quality of the art so much as how it relates to their life, playing the game, growing up, and everything.
I will still say the art's wonderful, whether I grew up with it or not, because I started playing when I was in 4th grade, which was back when like 97, I think 98 was when I started playing. So
Yeah, my cousin got me to play off and on, so I have familiarity with Magic since probably 4th or 5th edition. But I'm a big Star Wars geek, so I only paid attention to the Star Wars games until 2018. So I know a lot about some of the big cards, but yeah, it's funny because I started this channel all about Magic, and like all my subscribers know way more than me. But it's awesome, Hey, I throw it out there. But
yeah, I think Russell already knows this, but I redid a bunch of these cards just for myself. Redid totally new images because I figured, okay, I'm a better artist now. I can do bigger originals now because the originals for these cards were really small. And so I redid probably 6 or 7 of them. And I have them in my various Facebook folders and other places.
Yeah, and eventually, when I get a chance to play with this tonight, and I'm planning on blowing up the karaoke mic tonight as usual. But when I get back, I'll do some more fixings. But I'm just showing off some of your stuff besides your Ross's card. Okay, huh? There's actually a lot more. So this is strange to me that they're only showing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And that's
you have way more than that,
right?
Oh, you know what? It's weird because they do. Okay, I know what it is. For some reason, they have a comma after you. Can Meyer apostrophe JR. Doesn't make any sense, but that's how they have it. Okay. Come on, computer. Whoa. All right, that was a complete failure. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, applause to me. Yay. Yeah. So I bought this mic, and it's a cheapo, but it's awesome because it came with this little mixer, and the mixer is it's a super fun toy. If you have $70 lying around and you know how to set up to your computer, I highly suggest it.
So did the mixer come with various sound effects you can just use?
Oh, this one's my favorite, by the way. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, baby. Can you guys hear that?
Oh, yeah. All right. Unfortunately, I can hear it.
Yeah, now I want one of those super pads that the DJ's got, and I just want to set it up as a soundboard with all the funny things. I mean, I don't know, but if you want like ravens, you got the little.
Oh, yeah.
Too much fun. All right, I'm sorry. I'm gonna fix this up here. So Ken Meyer Jr. Has the apostrophe. Then you're good to go there. Okay, and search. This will actually show all of them. For some reason, that just seems weird how they do that. Because it would be Meyer Jr. apostrophe, then Ken, no? In proper English? I don't know.
Well, I don't even think you use a comma when you show like Junior, but who knows?
Yeah, so they did Ken Meyer and then apostrophe or comma. I can't even. I don't even know like language right now. But here we go.
The other cards.
So it's funny because this card here is the start of. They have one of these in every set that for draft. So this particular one is a Banalist Trapper. In a lot of white cards, they have some human soldier that does some form of pay 1 or pay 2 to tap target something. So you got your first one off here, and it's cool. Oh, it looks like he's got some like shredder type blades going there.
Yeah, she's got these like sharp bones wrapped around her wrist.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I had a friend that I worked with that I used as a model for that. She was in really, really good shape, and that's what I needed. And that was also done after all the other cards, and so I had a chance to do a little bit bigger image and a little bit better painting job.
Nice. And then we have Clairvoyance.
Yeah, that's one of the first digital images I ever did, or a combination, traditional and digital images. I mean, it's like the most basic thing you can do in Photoshop ever. that particular card.
It is way beyond my advanced skills. Because, like, I mean, I'm making my own whatchamacallit, the thumbnails and whatnot.
Yeah.
That's all me, and I just hack it out on whatever paint, you know. But I wish I could do that. But so this is what we were talking about earlier, guys, is this Dark Ritual. I guess that was a picture of you. You had that cool little stash going, though, man. That's awesome.
I wish I could grow something like that, and that'd be great. Now I'd be gray anyway, so I'd look like Kenny Rogers or something.
There you go. And then you can just go around and tell people that you're Kenny Rogers and have them give you $50 for a signature. All right, and then we got Formation as another of your cards. And very nice. Leave that linger there for a minute, and then I'll go on to the next one. And we covered Kird Ape, and then here we go, Mystic Remora. I'm not sure how fast this is going for you guys on YouTube.
It's going fine.
Okay.
So you mentioned something about signatures, Russ, and I'm going to bring it up because I don't see it on your website. Do you sign cards?
Yeah. People send me cards to sign all the time. It's usually $2 a signature, and I just tell people to send the cards and maybe send a little bit for postage and use PayPal if they want for the cost.
That's wonderful. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And also, he is available for commissions if you want to have special cards made, guys. Be sure to hit him up. I should have some links eventually down below. But if you guys have any questions, shoot me an email or obviously do comment this later. If you want any information for Ken, I will gladly get it to you.
Yeah, and if you're on Facebook, if you're on Facebook at all, you can, friend me or whatever. And I do a lot of live painting videos on Facebook, and a lot of them are altered cards or artist-proof cards or whatever, commissions of all kinds. So you can see that stuff, go into my videos, and you'll see videos for a lot of this.
Yeah. And I'm just kind of slowly making my own slide here for you. Because I was going to actually make a video and throw it together, but, life.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And that's the last one on that page is Word of Blasting. And actually, I didn't even see this one when we did our interview, Ken. So I didn't even get this one up there.
That's one of the better paintings, actually, that I've done out of most of those cards.
Yeah, that one's super, super cool. Oh, yeah.
It just doesn't, it doesn't have like a cool creature in it or anything. So it's not going to appeal to your average person as much.
Yeah. All right. Very cool. And again, pleasure to have you on here. I was supposed to put a promo thingy up, and that didn't happen. I just knew that you were coming on and that Solomon was gonna come on, but I guess we kind of had a communication breakdown. So
I don't know how much time you have, but do you want me to share a couple of those repaintings or new versions of those while I'm here, or do you want to just show them?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Yeah, yeah. Because Josh and I are probably going to bore you with some magic stuff, but yeah,
Oh,
why don't you go ahead and do that?
so I'm going to share
Um,
my screen when you're ready.
I mean,
yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
at the end of the day, magic is nothing without the artwork. So
Exactly.
the artists are the one. I mean, the text on the box is fine and dandy, and you could play, but without the artwork, it would never come to life. So the artists really are what brought magic and keep magic alive, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah. No. Totally. And let me know when you're ready to share that there, Ken.
I'm ready.
And
I'm
then,
just waiting for you to let me to be able to share.
oh no, you could share right now. I just pop
Really?
in and I yeah.
Well, let me try it again because it just didn't give me the option.
Okay.
Share screen. Because for me, the share part is grayed out right. No, wait, now it's going to work, I think. No, wait a minute. Not yet.
Yeah, I removed it, so it should pop up.
Well, let me try again.
Okay.
Oh, I know. I didn't know I had to click on the actual image of the screen to get it to work. Okay,
There we
so
go.
then if I go into Facebook, get rid of those. And I think it is probably, well, I know some of them are in the playmats folder because I made playmats of several of them. So for example, this one, you can see this Guardian Beast now.
Yeah.
So this one is a new version of the basically the same painting, but a newer, bigger version done in 2010. And then let's see, this was a new version of Stone Throwing Devils. So they're a lot bigger and scarier looking, I guess. The originals were fun. They were sort of goofy, really, to me. They were almost like cartoon devils. And then this is the newer version of Abu Jafar, which again is more or less the same thing, but just reversed and painted better. And he's in the water there instead of like way off to the side. And then this is the new version of Kird Ape.
Oh, the poor ape got stabbed.
Yeah, but he doesn't care. They're just teeny tiny swords. They're just puny humans. Okay, and then this was a new version of Dark Ritual. Same thing, but bigger.
Nice.
And then there should be another version of Ernum Chin. I don't know if I put it in this folder where I made him female, and he's like, or she's floating above the water. I guess I must have put that in a different folder. So that gives you an idea. I'll stop sharing now. Okay.
Yeah, no. And oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, back to you.
Yeah, no, and I will eventually, when I get back and do the editing, I will show our original interview. Well, actually, it was a two-parter, so I'll try to include both of those, and I
Okay.
will fix up and get some links going. Surprised that we don't have Charles or anyone on right now. I guess someone's freaking out about Strixhaven right now. Is my guess, right, Sword?
I don't know why they'd be freaking out about Strixhaven besides spoilers started.
Yeah, and then it wouldn't take them that long to go through them. But a lot of fun stuff there. I actually was up this morning, which is crazy because I don't usually get up till noon. But I was hanging out with Joel. Was it Jake and? Oh man,
Jake and Joel do magic.
thank you. Or our magic, yeah. And they watched the premiere of Wizards of the Coast video, where they showed off a few of the new planeswalkers and showed the basic abilities from the new set. So I'm actually going to be going over like a bunch off of Mythic Spoiler tomorrow. If anyone's gonna come in, do look out for that, because I'm gonna be going over a lot, and we can all have a chance to do a powwow of that. But one thing that I wanted to bring up for sure, I know Ken's gonna be ducking out here soon. Did you have any other questions for him, Josh?
The question that I had was about signatures, and you answered that one gloriously. I know that sometimes artists don't. We've dealt with a couple of artists in my group where they'll do a batch of signatures, so you have to get everything sent in at the same time, and you have to work on our side to be able to get that taken care of. And I really appreciate the way that you do that.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I can share too, if you feel like it, is Russell will have seen some of these altars that I've done, but I have a few altars on the desktop I can share if you want.
Yeah, might as well. He does mats, guys, and I know I wanted to order them, but Wizards has been stealing all my money lately, so. They have a set coming out. There we go. Nice. So he does do altars, guys. Some pretty gnarly ones, too, I might add.
Those are very cool.
There's a couple of recent for some ones, Star Wars things. And these were really goofy. These are done for someone who wanted some more humorous things for the most part.
I really love that Mystic Remora. That's amazing.
Yeah,
wait, which one is that?
It's Herm de Jin using the Mystic Remora as sushi with chopsticks.
Oh, nice. I see it now. Hey, Derf the Man, how you doing, buddy?
That was a good idea that he had. And then there's this one I just did. That's a relatively simple one.
Luke looks concerned.
So are these actually altars that you did to cards for people, or are these just digital artwork?
No, they're actual painting on the cards.
Oh, wow.
Very cool.
Wow.
And this Mox Ruby, I'm told, is a proxy or something. So people were freaking out when I just posted it because they thought I had painted on, $1,000 card or something. But
it's more than 1,000, I think.
Anyway, so.
Yeah, that's super awesome. All right, Tiff. Thanks for letting me know. Bummer too. So, Derf, did you have a question while we still have Ken? Oh, so Derf is saying that he saw an altar of Kird Ape that he liked. That's cool.
You mean the ones that I just showed?
Or
somewhere else?
I'm not sure. He was kind of vague. He just said first altar card I ever saw was a Kird Ape. Okay.
Oh, it must have been a while ago then. Yeah, I've been doing them for a while. I've been doing them since I think like 2006 or so. I had no idea what altered cards were, and a friend of mine who owned a store said, "Oh, I've been seeing people, making money doing these altered cards. You ought to try it." I had no idea what he was talking about. And the first couple of ones I did were hardly altered at all. It was like a dark ritual. I changed his hand so he was flipping the bird, and I had another one where he was like George Bush holding Saddam Hussein by his head or some weird stuff like that. And then eventually I realized, okay, I can pretty much do whatever I want or whatever the person wants, and started doing all kinds of stuff.
All right. And again, guys, if you guys, we only have him for a few more minutes. If anyone in the chat has a question for Ken Meyer Jr., here's your chance. But in the meantime, while they're doing that, Ken, do you want to share some of those awesome mats? I really wanted to pick one up. But he does some altered cards on mats, and they're freaking awesome. Actually, you can see some of them behind you right there.
Yeah.
Those are available.
Let
me get it up there. Sorry.
Yeah. So now I'm back in the folder on Facebook for the various play mats. And a lot of them are, like pulp culture magic mashups. So this is obviously Jay and Silent Bob and Jace. And this is Force of Wills Smith. And that's before I actually changed it to Force of Wills, plural. And this is a combination of Worldly Tutor and Seth Rogen as Worldly Toker. That was fun
Nice.
to do. And it's a combination of Brainstorm and Jeff Bridges from Big Lebowski with bowling balls. The first one I did had the 5 colors for the bowling balls, and then I did a second one that had more balls, because you always need more balls. So there's
Yes.
Guardian Beast we saw. This is Force of Will Shatner. That was fun to do. It's got all these cheesy villains from Star Trek, the original Star Trek.
Oh, that's awesome.
There's a Game of Thrones one from a bunch of Thrones portraits that I did. And this was a commission. This was a, I always get the name screwed up of this movie. Boondock Saints.
Mhm.
That's just a piece of art of mine. This is a Dark Ritual, Ernham Jin. So these are just basic mats. And there's the newer versions I just showed you. That was a commission for someone. It was a mat. That was just a painting that I made as a mat. Another painting of mine that I made as a mat. A silly zombie one.
That's awesome.
This was like just a painting I did of someone of the gin for some reason, made that into a mat. This was done for a store. This Scott's Collectible that you see down here. It's a special kind of thing with gin and a bunch of whatever those creatures are in there. This is a sword that I made up called the Mox Sword that some people have started to like lately. So it's got the jewels here. It's got Black Lotus at the end. That was a new version of Guardian Beast that I did for someone as a commission, just like a totally new version. And if you ever look closely enough at this, and if you know Frank Frazetta's paintings, these 2 little guys on the horses down here, one is the Death Dealer and one is Conan, but you have to look close to see it. And this is a Conan the Barbarian mat.
Wait, that's you or
no? That's just
okay.
The Conan character that I decided to do a play mat of.
Oh, nice. Okay, because that looked a lot similar to the other artist that we were talking about. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, and there's a Guardian Beast, Ernham Jin. That's just a painting of mine I made into a mat. This was a commission for someone. Oh, that's my alarm telling me that it's time to go. But anyway,
oh man, okay.
So you can see a lot of those in the playmat folder that I have on Facebook.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. I wish we had a little more people to ask you some questions. That would have been awesome. But yeah, let me know when you're available. I'm doing this every Thursday, trying to pick up the show. So if you want to pop in, Ken, by all means, hit me up. And then I need to PM you later as far as getting a chance to interview more artists. I'd love to do that. Get some more love out to us, you know.
Get back to me on both of those things, because my memory is really bad, so I might forget to say, do you want me to come in? Just feel free to always ask. And
yeah, sure.
A lot of the time.
How about this? Don't leave the chat. then you'll know everything that's going on. Probably too much magic stuff for you, but hey. Well, thanks again, man. It's a pleasure having you.
No problem. Have a good time.
Thank you so much.
Okay, yeah. You're welcome. See you guys later.
All right, have a good one.
Okay.
All right, yeah, that awesome, man. We were supposed to have Solomon, but we kind of had a breakdown of communication. So I did my homework this time, Josh. Believe it or not, I actually researched a bunch of stuff, and I do actually have questions or topics rather. The big
question
one,
is, do I have answers?
I don't know. I guess we'll hack it out together. And hopefully those that are still present, feel free to chime in. But one thing that has been boggling the mind, because we know there's going to be maybe not a reprint, but the finished more of wave 1, but there's going to be 3 waves, right? The stores are going to be getting a wave of Time Spiral Remastered. That's going to mess with the market. We also going to have the 3rd wave hit Amazon, and they've even had stock hit Amazon and it's cleared out within 5 minutes. So I don't know how that's going to affect everything, because this is the first time after a release that single prices are actually going up. What do you think about all that? I know. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We have to make a differentiation here. There's a difference between a wave and a reprint.
Yeah.
These are releasing additional product that were at distributor warehouses, not a reprint of the product. So I just want to make that clear for everybody so they don't get those two things confused. But I really don't think it's going to affect prices just because it is a limited edition. It's a limited print run. And I just don't see it. There might be a small retrace. We're at what, 300, 325 a box, something like that. We may get back down to 275, but then I think it's just going to start going right back up again. I don't think that these releases, no matter how big they are going to have that much of an effect, because it will never be enough without a reprint to satiate the market that's demanding it.
Well, I noticed the same thing on Commander Legends collectors. There's been a resurgence, and a few of the packs have come out recently on Amazon and a few of the big box stores. It's certainly maybe the market's just freaking out, so I guess I should probably hold off on selling any singles from Commander Legends. That might be a good idea. I'm not sure. But there has been an insurgence of people being able to get packs of Commander Legends. The booster box is still out there, but I mean, as far as the collector stuff go, have you seen any of that, Josh?
I have, but I think because WotC and Hasbro are really focusing in on the Commander group, the Commander players, because that's what's supporting a lot of WotC right now, that the Commander Legends had a astronomically larger print run than TSR did.
Yeah, for sure. And I noticed that because my Sakashima was $55 2 days ago. It's like they're racing down to the bottom. I think it's like just under 40 right now.
That was that
like,
foil etched you pulled, right?
Yeah. I was like super stoked. All right, 55. Almost had a buyer lined up, and then not even a day later, it was down to $40. I was like, bruh. So I don't know if I should hold off on that or what, because it seems like the stores are racing to the bottom. I mean, it's also because people are trying to get Time Spiral Remastered and looking for that golden foil. But also Strixhaven's like right around the corner. We got the Challenger decks. I don't really see too much competition there in regards to that, because I don't think people are going to sell off their stuff to get that necessarily. But definitely to get into Strixhaven, and everyone, me included, is freaking out about Modern Horizon 2. Oh man, they are really going after the wallet hard. So it's hard for some of these sets to retain their value,
Yeah, but the smaller the print run, and it would be really nice if we could get print run numbers from WotC, but they won't release that information. The smaller the print run, of course, the more valuable the product. I will be honest, I think I'm sitting based off of the current values that I'm seeing for Modern Horizons 2. Yeah. And these are estimated going to LGS stores, and then what their markup's going to be selling it to us, the customer. This is probably the one I'm going to have to sit out if the prices hold.
For Modern Horizon 2?
Yeah.
Okay. I know I have to try, because I'm a channel. I will have to try to at least get 8 collectors. I've seen some deals now, but it's just like, what do I do? Do I stay out of Strixhaven so I can get maybe 2 collectors of Modern Horizon 2 or what? I know I'm not going to give up on it. I'm going to try to get a few collectors, because those Japanese arts are just too nice for Strixhaven, man.
Yeah, I have one in line for me now. One collector and one draft is all I have in line right now for Strixhaven.
Yeah, it's crazy stuff. Speaking of which, I'm going to show off some of that right now. Give me a second here to pull that up. But yeah, no, it's just been interesting to see a set come out that didn't, race immediately to the bottom. But you're right. It's the print run for sure.
Now, what I'm curious about also, and you can chime in on your opinion of this, we had the old time shifted foils in TSR, and we've had box toppers in previous ones, and in Strixhaven we're going to have mystical archives. Do you think this is going to be a trend going forward where they're going to have a special card slot to try to demand higher premiums or try to push sales in future sets?
Well, they saw it in Kaldheim, to be perfectly honest, man. I mean, who am I? I'm nobody in the long term of things. But what I did notice is the big dip in value on EV, expected value on Kaldheim. Kaldheim was a beautiful set. I mean, you had the rest of the pathways. You have beautiful gods that were not indestructible. A lot of synergy, and the power level wasn't completely busted. And because the power level wasn't completely busted, you only had like 2 major chase cards, and that was it. So there was the whole value of that went down. If there was a box topper, I think it would have done better, or Arcane in this particular case, right?
Are you talking about when you say Arcane? Are you talking about the Mystical Archive for Strixhaven?
Archive, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I just don't know how things are going to progress with the continued pushing of new shiny and Magic products, to be honest.
Yeah, there's too much shiny right now. That was the other thing that was awesome about this set coming out, is the fact that there was no special edition collector's shiny Taco Bell party pack with Wendy's and all the things, supplemental products. It was just the box. I mean, that was almost worth it in itself, because I didn't have to go chase down collectors or set boosters or theme packs or fat packs.
No, you just had to try to chase down a booster box.
Yeah, exactly. And had I had the capital starting out, I mean, I would have ordered so many more. I would have gotten like a case if it was possible to do so. But who's to know that it was going to jump up over the weekend to $300 to $350? I mean, almost. I think one sold at $350 on eBay. It's crazy. So I actually have up here right now some of the what I keep on wanting to say Arcane. I don't know why, but
Mystical Archives.
Mystical Archives. Thank you. All right, so we got Day of Judgment, Classic, Channel, Blue Sun Zenith, Perforate, Harmonize, Purify, Defiant Strike, Mind's Desire, Village Rites. Some of these are kind of, I don't know, kind of disappointing. But there we go. Oh, cool. Okay, so now there's 2 cards I want. The Dark Ritual, Cultivate, Growth Spiral, Weather Storm, Sign and Bond. Or is this
Inquisition
Raid?
of Kozilek. I mean, a lot of these are staple cards.
Yeah.
I mean, you have, let's see here, Inquisition of Kozilek. Granted, you have it there in a foreign language. That's a staple. Dark Rituals is a staple if you could play it. Growth Spiral's banned, sadly. In Commander, you have Cultivate.
Yep.
I mean, I'm just looking through here. Day of Judgment is basically Wrath of God. Day of Judgment was only originally done in Portals, was it not? Isn't this the first reprinting of Day of Judgment?
I think so, because I don't recall seeing that in Double Masters or Ultimate Masters. And I never got to crack any of the previous Master sets, but those are the 2 that I'm familiar and have watched a lot of openings.
Okay, I am completely wrong on Day of Judgment. It was done in Core 2011, Core 2012, Explorers of Ixalan, Zendikar, and then a promotional.
Okay.
So it's just been since I haven't cracked any boxes of Core 2011 or 2012 or anything like that.
So these are just the basic art. They're not the basic art, but the special arts for the Mystical Archive. The Japanese ones are going to be the chase cards, though. I mean, that demonic tutor, bro. I need it. I need it. Yeah. And there's Swords to Plowshare right there. Pretty sweet.
Got Lightning Bolt.
Yeah. The Japanese one's pretty sweet, too.
Yeah, the far left is Lightning Bolt.
There it is. So, it's funny. I'm going to have a hard time if I did try to make a video, because if I click on it, it's going to go to the Japanese one, which is way cooler anyway. But, yeah, that one's pretty nice. So these are going to be the chase cards in that set. So collectors is going to be the big one. Now, someone said, and I was watching Jake and Joel do our Magic. They said that they think that these are reprints. The lands, because basically it's kind of like the Buddy lands that I remember from Ixalan, but I guess it's from an way older set. But basically, like Venge Limmer Snarl enters the battlefield. You may reveal a forest. You have to reveal a forest or an island card from your hand. If you don't, it comes into play tapped. So if you have a basic forest or a shock land or anything that says that it is a forest or island, boom, this comes into play as normal. Whereas the Buddy lands from like Ixalan and Dominaria, those were if you had an island, like a forest or island out on the field, and it comes in, it doesn't come in tapped. If that makes sense.
I'm familiar with this text base of a check land. But I'm curious if this. I've never looked. This may complete a cycle.
That's what they were talking about earlier today too. But I'm not sure. I personally have not seen these, but definitely an awesome addition for Commander players, and this will definitely help out in Standard since we don't have shocks right now. So that was the same one. It looks like we have it. I mean, obviously, I'm going to need these bad boys here as I'm a jump player. It's got my swamp and forest, so I'm going to have to wait for some future set to complete out because we're doing enemy lands right now, right?
Yeah, enemy.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. I'm actually sorry. Okay. I'm over on my tapped out, pulling up a old deck of mine that was modern that ran those check lands. That way I can get a basis of, I'm pretty sure that's what's in it, is those check lands to get a basis of where it came from. Okay. So go ahead. Sorry, keep going.
Okay. Well, I'm indirectly doing a spoiler video, so I guess I won't be talking about lands tomorrow. It works for me. So yeah, these are the enemy lands. You have green, black. Just showing off some of the art here, guys. Of course, you have Shine, Shadow, Snarl, which is, of course, your plains and swamp. Then we have your Boros land, even though they want us to use the new names. I'm going to have a tough time remembering all these new names that they gave them. Fury, Calm, Snarl. So they're all Snarls. So I think these are new. I think they're new. We've had lands similar to this cycle, but I don't think they've done these before. Because I don't remember anything
one from your hand.
Snarl.
No, they weren't called Snarl originally either. But yeah, there are check lands. I'm just trying to pull it up while we go here. Check lands. Oh, come on. Work with me, friggin' computer. So we have those.
Right.
They weren't called check lands. Let's see. We have shock lands, fetch lands, check lands, fast lands. What else is there?
Well, what was the ones where if you have more than one opponent that comes in?
Oh, those were battle bond lands.
Oh, Battle Bond lands. Okay. Then you have your
Okay,
pain
so
lands.
so these are called reveal lands. There's actually
lands.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's actually a full 10 set place of these now, and these are completing the cycle. So the original reveal lands were from Innistrad. So it's things like Port Town, Choked Estuary. That's where I know it from because I run it in my Dimir Pioneer deck. Forbidding Ruins, Game Trail, which I also run, and Fortified Village. So these 5 complete the reveal land cycle.
Okay, I'm just seeing if I can pull those up. Reveal lands. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably why they were. Okay. And I was hoping that they were going to finish the Triumphs soon because I still need my Jund Triumph, and I guess that's not happening. Not anytime soon.
Well, watch them do something like put that in Modern Horizons 2 to water down the chance of getting an enemy fetch land.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, so you're right. It did complete the cycle right there. So Port Town, Choked Estuary, Forbidding Ruins. Okay, more lands I have to track down. Yay. Game Trail.
And the good thing about these are if you're playing in where you can play shock lands, since those are both land types, you don't have to reveal a basic either forest or plains like for the Fortified Village. It's reveal 1. So if you have any of the shock lands that meet that requirement, then you're good to go. So you could play that on turn 1, play your shock land on turn 2, and you're hopefully not your mana set.
All right. Yeah, no, that is correct, and that's what I mentioned earlier. Is that if you have a shock in your hand or a Triumph, you can show that real quick, and then bam, you're golden to put one of these bad boys out. Very cool. So yeah, you're right. They were kind of trying to figure that out earlier today, and here they are. So it does complete this set. And how long ago was that, man? I'm starting to worry about my Triumph. It's going to be another few years before I see it, or what?
They do their design, 5 years in advance. So the Triumphs may have been a testing the waters. It may be 5 years for them to finish the cycle. You never know.
Oh boy. Well, it wouldn't be 10 lands though, right? It would be less than that for the Triumphs, yeah?
I don't even know how many we have at this point.
5, I think. Because it was just like they conveniently left Jund out for some reason. I thought they got all the 3 lands, but I could be wrong. All right. So, we discussed that in boy. We might cut this one short just because I have to go to the restroom. But there was one other thing that I wanted to discuss real quick. Get my list out. Yeah. I was going to be a little bit more prepared this time around. I got all the questions and topics all ready to go. And then I had internet problems. So it's just like, okay. So we were talking earlier, but it looks like I might be able to do something with Peddler to get my Damnation and a Kiki Jiki. But I will have to give up my the best card I pulled from the other day. I not for those. I will make sure I'll get my money's worth, but still, I was just like, because Damnation's going into a deck right now as soon as I get it. Okay, come on.
Damnation is definitely a pretty staple card for not competitive Commander, but anything casual. If you're running black, Damnation's a staple card.
Yeah.
And I like the Kiki Jiki in the old frame, but I open like 3 or 4 Kiki Jikis from mystery boosters. So as much as I like that old frame, I'm not going to chase a card that I already have a full play set of. It's just not, I'm not running a Goblin deck. I'm not running a Kiki combo deck. It's it's not there for me. More power to you, though.
Yeah, no, Chroma was just cool because it's a red angel. It's the only reason why I want it. And of course, Chroma's monument. It just seems fun. And I don't know necessarily if it would be competitive for Commander, but I don't know. I want it. And I typically won't run all 5 lands, so for me, the sliver thing doesn't do much for me, unfortunately. I've always wanted to play a sliver deck, don't get me wrong.
That was actually when I got back into Magic. The first Commander deck I built was Sliver Queen.
Nice. All right. So yeah, back onto the topic of Strixhaven. I was wondering if you had any speculation on that. I mean, they do have the fancy. We have the chase cards for the Japanese art, and for some reason I can never remember that the archive,
Mystical Archive.
Mystical Archive, yeah. So those will be chase cards. They're also going to be etched. So you're going to have a regular etched and a Japanese etched foil to be chasing in the collector's edition. So that's kind of probably drive the cost up on the collectors, as far as I know. I mean, you said you were kind of bow out of the set altogether, you thought, but now that they have the etched in there, you're more down, right?
Strixhaven's the last set that I will probably buy into for this foreseeable future. After this, I may just buy singles. So the people who have listened to your channel for a while probably know that I'm a sealed collector, and this is in regards for me keeping boxes in sealed. I think what my path forward, to be honest, will probably be to go back and, while what is considered Bronze Age era Magic boxes are still not horribly expensive, picking some more of those up, and then picking up more reserve list cards. I'm just afraid with the way things are going moving forward. We went from flashy to more flashy to more flashy to this. I worry going forward.
Yeah, it's true, and the whole flashiness has scared off a lot of people from Magic, because you have draft boxes that are down to under $50 EV. So it's crazy right now. I still want to get all the new cards. As being a channel, I have to get at least one of each set. So I'm kind of stuck in the rut moving forward. But, at least for Strixhaven, we do have the Mystical Archive to chase after. I really want that Japanese Demonic Tuner. I mean,
the big thing about the big thing about Strixhaven that I'm worried about is the what they call it, that new keyword, learn or lesson or whatever the world. I think it's learn, where you can. It's another way of like playing a Glittering Wish, or it's another way of working with, like we had Kaaren the Great Creator that broke things for forever and is still breaking things because you end up with a wish board. So I'm kind of concerned about the learn mechanic. If we get any super broken lesson cards that you can just stick in your sideboard, it won't affect Commander, but I'm worried about what it can do in terms of breaking all the other formats, because you're going to get in the same thing like you did with companions. Is learn going to be the next companion where it's going to cause us all kinds of problems going forward?
Well, in answer to that, I don't think so necessarily. Granted, we only have so many lessons that were revealed today. I'm sure they'll have some more, and if they have some mythic ones that are completely busted, then we'll run into some issues. But so far of the lessons that I've seen, this is the only one, is Confront the Past, that I've seen that's like really useful. I think the blue one is, but it's not like you can go outside of game. It's going to be whatever is in your sideboard. So if you have a lesson deck, you will only have the colors of said, or whatever you're playing. You'll be able to pull these particular ones. so far they have not revealed a lesson card that is completely and utterly broken.
Right.
This one is
That's
the
the
only
reason I
useful
just
one I've
have a
seen so far. Yeah.
Yep, that's the reason I just have a concern with it right now. If they they put something out there that's broken, it's going to cause major issues. I mean, Karn does the same way; it goes to your sideboard, but it's broken. There's a lot of people that would love to see Karn the Great Creator banned just for that reason.
I got you. But so far so good. But we just started spoiler season, so I'm sure we'll see some really jank lessons come out that will cause for more concern, and hopefully they address it sooner than later. But they're not going to
We
address
have
any issues till 2 or 3 months down the road. Go ahead.
Yeah, we have a 2-card combo already in for Commander, anyways, with the new Professor Onyx card.
Oh yeah. So
Comboing.
here's the Onyx card, and then what was the other card that that
Chain
everyone
of
was talking about?
Chain of Smog.
That's it. Okay. Let me pull it up here. There we go.
Chain of Smog has gone through the roof price wise. It used to be like a 50-cent card. Now it's a $20 card just because of Professor Onyx.
Wow, yeah. So you can target yourself, discard 2 cards, and then you can copy the spell and do it again. So how is that infinite though? Someone explained it in one of the other chats, but I don't quite understand it.
So the static of Professor Onyx says whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. So you cast Chain of Smog, targeting yourself, and if you have no cards to discard, you can still copy Chain of Smog on yourself again. So you just infinitely cast Chain of Smog and copy it infinite number of times targeting yourself, and then you just drain out the entire table.
I see. Okay, now that makes sense. Thank you for clearing it up for me, man.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah. Well, you're still looking to ramp up to turn 6, so you could stop it or kill Lily before then. But
and at least the best thing is Professor Onyx cannot be your commander, so it's not as easy as having one part of that combo in your command zone. At least you have to be able to go dig for Professor Onyx, and you have to go dig for Chain of Smog. But it's still an A+B combo, which we know is extremely strong in Commander, just like Thassa's Oracle and Demonic Consultation. This one's just a little more labor intensive to get there. Those are 2 cards that you have to go get out of your library. This will be 2 cards. This will just be a little more mana intensive to pull off, but a great backup plan.
That makes sense. And so you have that infinite combo there that I did find out about the other day, but I wasn't quite sure how that worked. So thank you for the help with that. I really appreciate it. Mm-hmm. And there was another thing I was going to bring up today. And how's the sound, man?
From my side, it's great. I don't know what it sounds like on YouTube.
Oh yeah, no, it's a lot clearer. I don't have to yell anymore, so I'm stoked about that. I actually have to be really quiet right now because it's mixing up so good. Yeah. So yeah. Now, I've noticed the last few times, and I probably want to wait till we'll probably ask this question when we get more of the round tables or tablers around. But yeah, what do you think about the card quality? I know in War of the Spark, which is a really popular set, the cards were crap, man. They were like super, almost paper thin, like paper, not cardboard thin. I know that we all have issues with the foils, but the actual card quality, the last couple sets have been pretty decent, right?
They have, and actually, War, if you go back to that, my first box that I got from War, it depends on which printer you got it from. Generally, the first boxes that I always get are Japan printer, I believe. So they're not even printed in the USA. And it seems like that card quality and that card stock is always better than when I pick up later booster boxes that are printed in the USA. So I think most of the printer quality issues are from the US printers, not from the overseas printers, which is the reason I like to try to pick up booster boxes from first releases so I can get those Japanese printers. You can tell a difference just by feeling the cards.
Okay. Yeah, and they fixed it. Well, at least they fixed it for this one. I know for Kaldheim, I didn't really have too many issues, but they still have the print streamer lines through the foils and the tokens. But the tokens were actually all right. Trying to remember about. Did you have any problems with Zendikar Rising?
I didn't, except for the typical pringling in the foils. I'm actually kind of curious. I have not had any issues with TSR.
Yeah.
With really the old-timey foils or the regular foils. I actually have a regular foil sitting here beside me, and it hasn't pringled nearly as bad as like Commander Legends. So WotC is proving to us that they can still meet quality control requirements. They just chose not to. So I hope that with all of the outcry that the differences as that we've seen moving forward from Commander Legends, they've been incrementally smaller going forward where we have less issues. I'm curious if this is WotC trying to find a fine point of cost versus quality, walking that fine tightrope, so that way we don't have the same kind of issues that we had with Commander Legends. I can hope.
Hey, Dark. Welcome to MTG Command. I can't even talk right now. The mic has actually threw me off. I had a whole sentence ready for you, Dark, and I'm just like... Blah, 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 blah. Anyways, welcome. Nice to see you, girl. Yeah, no, the quality, though, I have seen is... so far, I haven't had any problems either, and I've left some... Basically, if you get, like, Commander Legends or even... even Kaldheim or Zendikar Rising, and if you leave the foil out unsleeved and on your table, it's going to be a Pringle in the morning, for sure. Like, no matter what you do.
Yeah, even Chandra, Spellbook Chandra was the same way. Those foils were absolutely horrible. They were Pringles before you even pulled them out of the Spellbook.
Yeah, no, I was laughing. I don't know if you saw the stream where I cracked that box of Commander Legends collectors, but they were all already Pringled, like all of it. It was like every pack was curved. I was like, dang.
Are you talking about where you compared that to a half a box of TSR? Or it was a full box of TSR, wasn't it? Or was it a half box? Yeah.
Well, I split the box with Charles, but yeah, I compared that to a TSR box, and of course the TSR box we had 0 time shifted foils, so that was a huge disappointment.
That was a bad box.
Oh man, yeah, the best hit was the Chalice of the Void, regular, and a Termaglyph, and that was the hits. Period. And supposedly we made our money back, but we're talking if we included all the bulk, being under $1, which we couldn't sell. So the only 2 cards that we could sell is the Chalice of the Void and the Termaglyph, and that was it. So it's crazy.
Yeah, and I get lucky over here sitting on a foil Chalice of the Void and a foil Beast Whisperer in my one box I opened.
Oh, you lucky dog. When I did the mass box opening, well, for me it was mass because I never opened 6 boxes in one go. When I had it release day and I cracked all those boxes for the people, it was super cool. But out of the 5 boxes that I did crack, there was only 5 foils. So I don't know if we had a bad box, but on that day. But pretty much it did average out to 1 a box. So I was like, okay, no problem. But when I got that 1 box in, man, it was just the bad feels, bro. Just bad feels. Sweet, Dark. Glad to have you here. I'm glad you're excited. You did miss Ken earlier, but do rewind later. Ken is awesome to talk to. I could talk to that guy for like hours on end. You kind of felt that way too, right, Josh?
Yeah, he's a great guy. and he is very nice to the Magic community, even though he doesn't necessarily understand what that means. He just loves people who loves his art.
Yeah, exactly. And he has a lot of cool mats, and I got to interview him a few months ago. I'll again after the show and later on tonight, I will fix this up and try to figure out how to, add a link or whatever to that interview, because it's well worth checking out. A lot of insight to art, and a lot. I do show a lot more, but if you guys do find him on Facebook, go ahead and add him. He has so many cool little things, and you guys got to check it out for sure. But I think what I'm going to do is I really have to go to the restroom, and I do have a ton more questions, but I'm going to go ahead and save that for next week. And I know you probably want to get to the wife and the kids and all that there, Josh. So I'm going to go ahead and call it. Is there anything else that you wanted to discuss in the meantime?
No, I just wanted to say have a great stream next week. I won't be joining you because my kids will be on spring break. So hope you have a great stream, and I will catch up with you after spring break's over.
All right. Sounds good, man. I'll keep an eye out and just keep me posted, man. I always appreciate having you on the show. So thank you guys all for coming out. For those that have, it was super awesome. We had Meyer Jr. earlier. And hopefully I can coordinate with Solomon a little better so we can have him on next week. You guys all have a great evening, and I will check in with you guys tomorrow. We're going to be talking nothing but spoilers tomorrow. So I should be on between 5 and 6-ish. So if you guys happen to be on, hop in with me. Let's talk, because I'm going to be going over all the current spoilers up. So let's do it. All right, guys. You guys have a great night. Thank you again, Josh, for hanging out with me, and it was cool to have Ken on. And yeah, you guys have a good night. Bye.